Habari. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully everyone can hear me well. Hopefully the sound sounds great. Hopefully everyone's doing well. All is well. I am in Mama Africa. I am on the continent of Africa. I live in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And I decided to do a live video this evening. It is evening here. I know it's morning there in the West, where majority of my faithful friends and family and subscribers are. Thank you for being a faithful subscriber. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to my OGs who've been rocking with me from day one. Thank you for tuning in. I am going to wait till some people come in this live, but I decided to do one this evening for no apparent reason, as usual, but I was just thinking I need to do a video. I need to go ahead and do a live video today. So here I am. I'm on the continent of Africa. I live in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and hello to all of my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my family, my friends, and all y'all been rocking with me. Welcome in the room, everybody. So yeah, I just decided to do this video because I wanted to share with you. Hey Lady J, shalom. Welcome to my channel. This is Diaspora Connect. This is Wanda. Hello, greetings everybody. So yeah, I want to do this video about why it is important to blend in with the locals, because I couldn't figure nothing else to talk about, y'all. So to be perfectly honest with you, so why it is important for you to blend in with the locals. So whatever country on the continent, whatever African country or wherever you go, actually, it's kind of good to blend in with the locals. Now, if you are a African American or a Black British or from any of the countries, diaspora, Black diaspora, Hebrew, Bantu, all over the four corners of the earth, dispersed. So if you want to come back to Mama Africa, it's the best place to be able to blend in with the locals, to try to fit in, to try to blend in with them. Now, here in Tanzania, they speak Swahili, Kiswahili. So many people don't know Swahili when they first arrive. So that being the case, the main thing that you need to do is work on trying to practice the greetings so you can at least greet people. It's the polite thing to do. Tanzanians are very mannerable and they are very polite. They have a lot of manners in that they greet you all the time. They're going to always say hello. They're going to always, say, mambo, habari, nzuri, and safi. So different greetings that they have, whether it's hello, if it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, have a good evening, have a good night. They greet. They have manners. They have manners in that when I was growing up, back in trying to tell my age, but you already know, back in the 70s, when I was growing up, we had manners, a little bit more manners, like hello, we would speak to people, we would greet people, but it had changed a lot. It has changed a lot in the West. Like the younger people don't do that. So, and if you look at someone too long and too hard, people are ready to fight you in the West. So that is not the case here in Tanzania or around the continent. Most of the continental Africans are very friendly. They speak, they greet you. Good afternoon, morning, evening, have a good night, have a great day, blah, blah, blah. So if you are wanting to come to an African country, specifically Tanzania, they greet you. So if you learn the greetings, that's a start with hello, just the basic greetings that you would say, greeting someone when you walk into the room, and goodbye, see you later, talk to you later, or whatever. That's a good thing to start learning, as well as learn the fruit and vegetables that you like, as well as learn the monies. So that when you do go to purchase something, you can ask Shingapi, how much? And then they can tell you in Swahili and you'll have an idea of how much. I'm working on that, y'all. I am working on the amounts, knowing the amounts. So if they say 2,500, if they say 10,500, 12,500, I'm trying to learn the monies, the increments in the monies. I know 1 to 10, but I'm still kind of learning when they say it, because it seems like everything runs together. And sometimes if you know the money, you hear what they say when you say shingapi, how much, then they'll tell you. So if you use Swahili words, that'll help you out with getting a good local price or better local price. So instead of being overcharged because you speak English. So if you blend in, that will help you. So today, as you can see, I'm not blending in. As you can see today, I have on and my hair's not wrapped, and I have these earrings on. So I mean, it kind of screams foreigner, 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 that you're not from here. But when I wrap my hair, when I don't wear a lot of jewelry, then I look more like a local, or I blend in more with the local. I would say that I blend in more with the. So if you know you're shopping, if you're going to the markets, and if you want to get a fair price or a local price, it's best to dress the part, even if you don't speak so well. But at least if you dress and blend in with the locals, then if you're with a Tanzanian, or if you have a driver or a kakao or a dada that's going to take you to purchase, they can speak for you and you won't ruin the good price because you're speaking English. Yeah, so you want to try to blend in. Even when you speak English, you don't want to speak like extremely loudly. You want to kind of whisper, especially if you want a good price. It's nice if you can use the local language when you're asking for things, when you're asking about prices. Instead of how much is this, you can say shingapi. Yeah, so that's kind of helpful. So little things that you can do to try to blend in and get a local price, especially when you're going shopping at the fruit stands, and if you're looking for, you know, chargers or phone cases or little things, speakers or headsets or earbuds or whatever you might need. It's good to know a little Swahili so you could kind of appear that you may be a local. Yeah, so blending in is very important, especially if you want to do business here. If you plan on staying here long term, if you want to make Tanzania your home, it's best to try to work on trying to learn some of the language. And for me, it's been kind of slow. I know the greetings and I know some directions and the food, so it's like really slow for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't taken a class and I'm not pressed to do it. I mean, the amount of Swahili that I know, I can function, but getting those great local prices, you have to know the money. You got to know those numbers. When they say it in Swahili, you got to be able to understand what they're talking about. So I'm still working on that. It's slow, but I'm working on that because they speak so fast when they say the amount. And I'm like, can you say that in English? So then that's blowing the whole cover. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video about how important it is to blend in whatever country you decide to go to. Now, if you go to a country where they speak English, that's a benefit, like Ghana, whatever. That's a kind of a benefit, the Gambia, or, you know, some of the East African countries, they speak English. So that's helpful. So that's one less hurdle that you have to jump over. Here in Tanzania, they speak Swahili. So not everyone speaks English. You can manage around here, especially if you come and you connect with diaspora here. There are many of us here. We can connect you with locals who speak English as well as Swahili, and they can work with you with your shopping and stuff you may need. But it is good to practice when you want to come to a country where they speak a different language outside of English, and it's good to try to work on learning some of that language. Whether you go to Angola and they speak Portuguese, learn Portuguese. If you know Spanish, then it's easier, I heard, to learn Portuguese. So if you want to go to those countries where they speak Portuguese, like, you know, Angola, the Congo, etc., then you can just work on that. Zambia, they speak English, but they do have a local language. And some other countries, Uganda, Rwanda, but a lot of those, they do speak English. So you can manage. But if you do decide to come to Tanzania, which a lot of us have decided to come, you can learn. Like, you're teachable. You can learn whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. So just learn the language, learn the local language, work on learning Swahili, learn it slowly. Nobody's forcing you to hurry up and learn. It will benefit you to learn it, especially if you plan on living here and you need to negotiate prices for different things that you buy. You're going to have to buy something one time or another, and sometimes you're going to have to go by yourself to purchase things. You're not going to always have someone with you, so it's good to have some basic knowledge of the language. learning the numbers, the monies. Yeah, and especially also, if you are a single person and you would like to meet a local, whether you're a woman or man, it's good to know some language so you can actually communicate with them. Some of them know English and some of them don't. So I've met both, and you are able to communicate, somewhat with them. But relationships are very difficult when you don't know the language. So it's a huge language barrier. Even us being here and we know some words, there can be a language barrier. So, for example, if you go out to eat and you explain that you want your meal a certain way and you want this and that, and then it comes back, they say, okay, no problem, hamnashida, no problem. But then the meal comes back and it's totally not what you wanted. Then communicate what you wanted. Specifically that was on the menu, but sometimes if you ask for extra stuff or different stuff, it may not come out the way you would like it to. So there is still a language barrier, even if you are from the West and you know the language, unless you are very fluent and you understand like how to speak and you understand like how they sound when they speak to you, then you'll be a little bit better in communicating what you want. So you don't always have to have someone with you, a brother or sister with you when you purchase things, when you even when you have to call about certain services that you may have, whether it's internet or electric or water or whatever that you may have to pay. A lot of those people, individuals, employers, employees, or whatever, they don't know English all the time, or they don't know it that well. So you have to know more Swahili to be able to communicate effectively and efficiently. Bye, sis. Bye, Lady J. Thanks for stopping through. So yeah, I just wanted to do this live because I said I was going to try to do one once a week, but I wanted to express how important it is for you to be able to speak that language in whatever country you decide to go to, whether it's a francophone country, English speaking one, that's great for you, but then you have some Portuguese speaking ones and some speak Swahili. Swahili will also help you in South Africa as well, even though most of the people in South Africa speak English, but because it's a Bantu language, so many of the tribes in southern Africa, they speak Swahili. So that'll help you out as well. It'll be also easier for you to learn like Zulu and Xhosa, because they're all Bantu languages. So if you speak, even if you learn Swahili and you go to the Congo, it's Kikongo, that's a Bantu language. So yeah, there are opportunities for you to be able to use this language not only in Tanzania, you can use it in some other countries, some other southern countries on the African continent. So it's always good to learn Swahili, maybe as a second language. For me, it's a second language. I only know one language, and that's English. And that is my oppressors, my enemy's language that I learned, the Mzungu language. So I know that language, and that's the only one that I've been taught. But here, living on the continent of Africa, I have been here almost 3 years this year. I am learning Swahili, and I'm very excited to learn Swahili. I try to practice as much as possible. I have been told that I don't speak it enough because I don't communicate with locals as much. I do communicate a lot with diaspora and Americans, and so I don't get as much practice as I probably could get if I communicated more with locals. But I do have a lot of locals that I talk to at least a little bit every day. They don't always teach me how to say things, but we do communicate. So it's just making it more comfortable for us to learn Swahili and then to hear them speak. So it's important for us to not only learn it, but to hear the locals speak so you can speak the way they do. It's not enough for you to learn Swahili from a school or a professional and they teach you they teach you the proper way to speak it. They don't teach you the way that some of the locals speak here in Tanzania or Dar. So you have to learn the Swahili that the locals speak if you're going to be able to, move around and blend in and purchase stuff and live your life. You have to learn the way that the locals speak here in Dar es Salaam if you plan on staying here. So how they respond, you need to pay attention, and then you just practice and you hear them and then you say it back to them. So that's a good way to learn local language, or Swahili for that matter, here in Tanzania. So yeah, I just want to do this video because I want to explain to you how important it is to learn to blend in with the locals. If you can kind of dress, I'm not trying to tell you to change your style, but you are not in America. You are in another country. You are in a foreign country. Therefore, it is okay for you to kind of blend in, kind of dress like everybody else. If everybody's covered up, it's okay for you to dress modestly. You don't have to cover everything like the Muslims do. Sometimes they cover everything but the eyes. You don't have to do that, but it's good to cover your body so you won't be naked and then walking around in a country that's filled with modesty, and then you're the only one naked, and then everybody's staring at you, and then you're wondering, why is everybody staring at me? Because you don't fit in. You're standing out like a sore thumb. And if you don't mind standing out like a sore thumb in a modest country and everybody's staring at you, they stare a lot. Locals stare a lot, and they're not taught like we are. I think that's a cultural thing. See, in America, we're taught and raised not to stare because we've been told that it's rude and don't stare. You can look or whatever, but just don't like gaze at someone like without blinking. You're just gazing at them. That's kind of rude, is what we're taught. But it's cultural. It's different here. People stare a lot. They stare hard and they stare a lot. Even if you see them staring, they're not going to turn an eye. They're going to still stare. And they won't blink, and they're going to stare. So you must get used to that. Don't be offended. Don't get hurt and say that they're rude. They don't have the same, they see that as like we do in America. We see it as rude to stare, but they haven't been taught that. So just understand that when you come to Africa, the continent of Africa, in different countries, they're not taught that about the staring part. So don't get offended and feel some kind of way because somebody's staring at you and they can't take their eyes off you. Just look at it as a compliment, like, oh, they just think I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? Just look at it in a positive light. Don't get offended by it. Yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward when someone's staring at you so hard that you have to look and make sure that everything is okay. You know, like they're staring so hard, is something showing here, you know. But yeah, that happens a lot where when people stare so hard, sometimes I look and have to look at my clothes like, is everything covered? You know, they're staring, am I showing something? Yeah, it happens. So, but it's a cultural thing. It's a, you know, cultural difference. Yeah, because we're raised to not stare. So we'll look, we may take a look and then turn, look, turn. But they don't do that. They don't look and turn, they just stare. Stare, stare, stare. Yeah. So if you look different, if you have different mannerisms, maybe they hear you speaking English, then they may stare. So just get used to it, and it's okay. It is what it is. Leaving Babylon, aka America, and coming here to Mama Africa to live, to do business, to meet up, husband, wife. Yeah, you just have to learn to adjust to the culture. The food is good. I've learned some of the local recipes, so I can cook some of the local meals like mchicha. I can cook maharagi, which is beans. Mchicha is like greens. I can cook wali, which is rice. It's just different recipes. Samaki, which is fish, and different meals you learn to cook, and you kind of learn to cook it like they do, because some of the ingredients that we use in the West, they don't have here. So you just, you know, work around the way you did things and learn how to cook the way they do in the process that they do. You can always add your special touches in with the seasonings and stuff like that, because they don't really season food as much here as we're used to in the West. I think Ghana seasoned the food a little bit better. When I was in Ghana, their food tastes more like Jamaican food. So they season well, but here in Tanzania, I think they're more natural. So they're into a natural taste of food. They don't use a lot of heavy seasonings and spices. They might use a little salt and pepper, and they use a lot of pili pili. That's the little hot sauce that they create. It tastes good at times. Sometimes it's too hot for me, but yeah, they use that. So yeah, but it is very important for you as a foreigner, as you're not really a foreigner, but they say we're foreigners because of the passport that we carry and because we were born in the Western countries. But actually, we are Africans, and we originate from the continent Well, all Africans come from Africa, if you did not know. And we originate here from the motherland. Many of us were stolen away. We're the sixth region African diaspora. The historical ones, the ones who were dispersed during the transatlantic slave trade, who were stolen over 500 years ago from the continent and taken to all the Western countries to be slaves for Mzungu and them and all the other nations. So yeah, that's who we are. That's how we got to the other nations. So yeah, even though we were born there, but we don't originate from there. So we were stolen away and taken there under duress, under captivity, and taken into slavery to take care of other nations, build other nations. Yeah. So we are coming back home to Mama Africa to help to partner with our brothers and sisters to build up Mama Africa and to learn more about who we were created to be before we were stolen off and we lost everything, our language, our culture, our names, and all that. So yes, many of us are coming back to Mama Africa to relearn who we are, find out who we really are, who we were created to be. And no, we weren't created to take care of other people for the rest of our lives and build other people's countries. Yes, we're coming back here to partner with our brothers and sisters here on the continent to build up Africa, but this is our homeland. So yeah. But anyway, I just want to do this video about how important it is to blend in, to mingle with the locals. Of course, you're going to use wisdom. You're not going to just trust everybody, just like we don't trust each other. We don't just trust diaspora because you met them and they said, oh, I'm from America or I'm from the West. No, you vet them. You listen to them. You use discernment in getting close to them, in doing business with them, in communing with them, in eating with them. You vet them. So this goes both ways for the diaspora as well as locals. So, but once you do that, you find some really sound trusting locals that you can trust, that you may want to do business with, that you may want to have as a driver, that you may want them to do things for you that you can trust. Yeah, that's what you need to do. But make sure that you use discernment, that you vet, that you pray for any major decisions that you want to make in doing business and buying land and partnering. Pray and make sure you get an answer from the uncreated creator, the Almighty, in terms of what direction you should go in when you make business decisions, when you make purchases, large purchases, buying cars and houses. And of course, as a foreigner in Tanzania, you can't own land, but you can create a business. As an investor, you can purchase land under that business through your company that you create, or you can be an investor and invest in a local company over a certain amount, and then you may be able to, work with them to purchase. But myself, I'm promoting you to take care of yourself first, invest in yourself first, meaning I am encouraging you to create a business of your own, and then under your business that you create, when I say of your own, meaning you partner with a local, of course, partner with a local, you create your own business instead of investing in someone else's business and someone else's dream. Create your own business, partner with a local, and then you can buy land under your own business that's in your name, not under somebody else's, not giving your money to other people, but for yourself. Invest in yourself first. Once you do that, then you can do whatever you would like to do, plant fruit, vegetables, build a structure, a house, rental properties, whatever you choose to do. That is what I am recommending in the business consultations that you have with me. Self first. You are first. You have dreams, goals, and aspirations. The Most High has called you, Most High Uncreated Creator has called you to do special things as well. Not only other people, but you too. You can be the one to make a difference in your life and other people's lives. You have loved ones and relatives and friends that want to come here as well. So you can come and you can get some things established for you and your family and your friends as well, just like everybody else is doing. So yeah. But anyway, I just want to do this live. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all to my favorite subscribers. Thank you to all my favorite subscribers. Please do me a much needed favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up. Please like the video if you have not liked it. Thumbs up. And I need to get my videos into circulation. So please do that for me. Please go back and view some of my videos, which I'm trying to get my watch hours up because they've been going up and down, and some ain't right with them, y'all. Some ain't right, but you know, I'm doing videos. I'm keep pushing content out. For those who are interested, if you know anyone that's interested in visiting Tanzania or doing business here, hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and I can assist you with a 1-hour travel consultation or 1-hour business consultation that I can do on your behalf. Hi, King G. Hi. I can do with you on your behalf. I do consultations via Telegram, via Messenger, via FaceTime, however we can connect. If you're here in Tanzania and you want to do a business consultation, we can meet up in person. I can meet and connect with you at the local cafe, and we can sit down over coffee and tea and do this consultation. It's 1 hour. And yes, so that is actually what I have been doing. That is my business and how I have been maintaining financially here in Mama Africa, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. If you are interested in blessing your sister with a donation, I accept donations, no matter how big or small. I accept all donations, $5, $10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever you want to bless me with, I accept. I do have Cashapp. I have PayPal. I have a GoFundMe project. It's a land and building project where I'm working on buying land, and I want to have some fruits and vegetables and build a little structure, and et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to bless your sister, I'll put all the information down below in the description box. So thank you so much for tuning in to my live, and I appreciate any time that you have taken to view my channel. If you plan on coming, hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and we can just chat, even not for consultation, but just chat. I will not share personal information about myself, nor that I have not already shared online. But some people ask really personal questions, y'all. Y'all will be surprised. People really ask personal questions, and some stuff, you know, they shouldn't ask, but I just have to say that. But if you send me a message, I will not answer any business questions nor any travel, because I charge a $60 fee for 1 hour consultation. So please understand that's my business. So yes, you have to pay because, yeah, it's a business, okay? So yes, well, thank you for tuning in. I'm a solo traveler. Been here almost 3 years in July. Is it June or July? July. So thank you for tuning in. I'll do another video or live in the next couple of days. Thank you so much for taking the time. I will do another one soon. So I want to say shalom, salama, peace. See you in the next video, family. Bye.